Hello everybody, welcome back to another reading. Today we're taking a look at a unsolved mysteries case called No Ride Home, which tells the story of Alonzo Brooks, who went to a party with three of his friends one night, didn't get a ride home from either one of them, the people who had the car, and was never heard from again until they found him in a creek near the house where the party was originally located. Now, before I get started with this whole story thing, a couple of words, of course. I'm an amateur reader and the cards fall wherever they will. I read whatever I intuitively get from the cards themselves. So if your interpretation of the cards is different from mine, then make sure to let me know that in the comment section below. We're using the Crow Tarot deck today, initially, for the main reading, so to speak, and if I want to clarify something, I will grab the Tarot of the Magical Forest, which is slightly more whimsical, but I think it's a very nice deck to use. Anyway, so the story about Alonzo, there were four friends, Alonzo included, and they took two cars to go to a party, which was about an hour's drive down the road from where they lived in, I think, Gardner, Texas, or Kansas, sorry. Not sure if they were in Gardner or in another town like that, I forgot the name, but in any case, so an hour away from where they lived. Two of his friends drove in one car, Alonzo drove with another friend in another car, which to me is already kind of strange because as far as I've always experienced, if you're with a group, you tend to all go together and leave together, but okay, so apparently that was not the case with them, maybe that's normal. Either way, so they drove over with two cars. The two friends in the one car left before the other friend and Alonzo did, and they assumed that Alonzo was going to catch the ride with the person who drove him there in the first place. I believe his name is Justin, and so they left, and apparently Alonzo knew that they were leaving. Now, there were people in or around that party or that house that had certain racist tendencies, and Alonzo was the only black person there, so there's already a bit of a At that point, personally, I would have said, you know what, let's just go, regardless of how this person, or Alonzo, I mean, takes that type of commentary, whether he's okay with it or not. It's just not a fun feeling being at a party where you know that there are certain people hanging around that are very judgmental, negative, etc. It's just not a good place to be. So I probably would have said, okay, let's go find ourselves another party someplace else where the other two were apparently heading. Let's go there. But that didn't happen. So Justin ran out of cigarettes at some point, and apparently Alonzo had as well. And so he was going to go get some cigarettes, Justin was. And he apparently drove down the wrong road, got stuck on a gravel road or something along those lines. I don't know exactly. And at some point he called somebody else at the party whom he also knew, and apparently also knew Alonzo. In the Netflix documentary, we don't actually get to see anything or hear anything more about this third person, apparently named Adam, whom he called to let him know that he'd gotten lost, which is also odd, but okay, things happen, you know. So he called this other person and not Alonzo, who maybe didn't have a mobile phone, or I don't know, but and to let him know that he was lost and that he was not able to find his way back. And I'm not really sure, maybe I missed it, but I didn't really hear them explaining that Alonzo had said that he was going to go catch a ride with somebody else or something, or maybe I just completely missed that part. But in any case, I don't know why either Justin didn't return to the party to pick up Alonzo, or figured something out like, okay, could you bring him home or something. But in any case, after the party, nobody knew where Alonzo had gone. He did not go home, and next day already started calling around. They drove back to the house to take a look. All they found was a couple of shoes and the beanie that he always wore. And then they looked around the creek, I think in the next few days after he went missing. A professional diver team actually went to look in this creek that was like over here. If this were the house, then a few 100 feet away there was like this creek going through the landscape. They went there with some professional divers to take a look. They could find anything, and they weren't able to see anything. And about a couple weeks later or something, they went out there to look for themselves. Timeline's not entirely sure to me, but and then they did find him along that same creek bed. So he was probably placed there by somebody. I don't know. So he must have been somewhere. In any case, we want to figure out if there's anything we can get from the tarot about this whole situation. If there's anything we can receive about this thing, like what happened? Are the people who he had an issue with at the party involved? Did he go, I don't know, someplace himself? No idea. How did the shoes end up there? We're just gonna try and get what we can. So let's just get started, I guess. Hopefully we'll get something a little more direct, because I have a tendency to get very generic information. Well, let's see if we can find anything out about what exactly happens when he actually left the party. Or maybe just before he left the party. What happens to Alonzo just before he left the party? Let's see. Queen of Pentacles. Reversed. One of the theories that they had was that there was a girl there who may have taken a liking to him. Whoops, there goes a whole bunch. And Ten of Swords reversed. Ace of Pentacles also reversed. Let me just continue down that train of thought for a second. There was a suggestion that there was a girl at the party who took a liking to Alonzo, and that may be an issue, or may have been an issue for the same people that had an issue with his race previously. So the Queen of Pentacles in this case is reversed. Maybe she knew these guys and knew that they would have an issue. Like, there's also the Ten of Swords here, which is like Dark Before the Dawn, but in this case it's reversed, so it's like it's maybe more solid threat than they thought, than Alonzo thought. Of course, the Ace of Pentacles here. Aces are usually like new beginnings, new hope, etc. But in this case, it may have seemed like if I were to reverse these two, it would make more sense. Like, she comes over, and she probably didn't even think that there was going to be anything that will come of it. Maybe she just thought, okay, this is funny. I'm getting a vibe of somebody who wants to make somebody else jealous and therefore started flirting with him. That's what this card says. Then that Alonzo may have reciprocated that because he was like, oh, hey, this is a new opportunity right here. Very interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, what are you into? And then over here we got the result because certain people were not happy with that. So that would kind of point towards that theory having some merit. What else can we find about this? Temperance, which is usually basically keeping yourself calm. Like, this seems more like the result of this. Like, this is the conflict, as far as I'm aware, arising from this setup over here. And I think he tried, or maybe other people tried, to calm the mood a little bit. Guessing that didn't work, but let's see what else we can get here. We got here the Four of Swords, but it's in reverse. Kind of landed like this, but I'm seeing it as reversed. Four of Swords is usually like chill, and combined with Temperance over here, this is definitely like a chill. I wasn't trying to do anything. I wasn't trying to get with your girl or stuff like that. I'm not interested in that, you know. She came up to me. That's the sort of the vibe I'm getting off of that. We got a few more cards here. Knight of Swords. Okay, somebody did some hasty action, hasty words. And this is the Three of Wands. Three is a crown in this case. And Knight of Wands, again, hasty actions. Hasty words and hasty actions right here. And the Three of Wands is almost like an escape thing. Like, he's looking at some pretty rowdy ocean over here. He's trying to get someplace over there, like along the horizon, but because it's reversed, it looks like the escape route was not available. That's what this looks like. What next? Oop. These guys next. Okay, what do we got here? This is the Five of Cups, crying over spilled milk. Ten of Cups, okay, that's more of a triumphant type of thing, like a harmony card maybe. Two of Swords, we're getting a losing space here. I'll put them over here. Two of Swords reversed, internal conflict, unable to make up your mind, let something go. This might be, hey, there may have been a moment where it seemed like things might calm down, but then this other person was like, no, I can't, I'm not going to let it go. Then we have here the 6, this is the 6 of Swords, right? Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, 6 of Swords right there, so more words. And then the Empress. Okay. So I'm guessing she's the Empress. Somebody tried, maybe she tried stepping in. Oopsie. They came flying out. 8 of Cups reversed. Now that's interesting because 8 of Cups is walking away. But that was not allowed. And the King of Swords is manipulation as well. More words, more manipulation. So what we got here, this is like the situation in slow motion. Queen of Pentacles. So this person over here, I think she, like I said earlier, was looking for some fun, quote unquote. Trying to make somebody jealous, or at least trying to stir the pot a little bit. Maybe she was bored in the party or something like that. I don't know. Either way, she starts something with him and it was not good, not well intentioned. This did not go well. People were very upset with Alonzo, which I think is represented by this poor bird here with the 10 swords. Then over here, he tries to calm them down. Tries to tell them to chill, but that's not working. Because over here we got hasty actions, hasty words, and no escape route given. Still tries to tell him to chill, crying over spilled milk. Hey, it's done, you know, whatever, it's over. Let's just go back over here and just go back to partying. You know, everything's okay, I could just leave. But they're like, no, I don't think so. There is no leaving in this situation. Things escalates, even though the Empress tries to step in and smooth things over. But as it says over here, 8 of Cups reversed and King of Swords reversed, it was not to be de-escalated. He was not allowed to walk away. Okay, so that's a lot of talk already. Let's move everything down a little bit. I'll go grab the other deck to see if we can get anything more specific. Like this is the lead up, I think. And I think I'll use the Magical Forest Tarot for what happened next. And then we're looking at basically the whole period from the time of the party and I guess time of death, or should we just look at how he ended up at the creek? Let's see what we get. Yeah. First thing that falls out, 3 of Swords reversed. 3 of Swords is often a relationship thing. We have here the Emperor reversed. So this strikes me as somebody who has some sway over the area. I'm thinking somebody who's well known in the area, somebody that a lot of people deferred to, and they were not pleased. And they were abusing their position, I think, in this situation. So it's somebody who draws a lot of water in this town, so to speak. Reversed, what is this? Oh, this is the Knight of Pentacles, okay. Given the actions, but they're not fruitful actions. And normally that would lead to profit of some sort, but this is more a loss, a net loss. Which could be the loss of life. Don't know whose loss in particular. Usually the pentacles are like a wealth type of thing, so worldly possessions, stuff like that, but maybe they took some type of financial loss as well to cover it up. I don't know. It's a bit random. Okay, got quite a bunch here. This is the Knight of Wands. Once again, we saw the Knight of Wands here already. He's back, so that just only reaffirms that there was a lot of sudden action. This time it's upright. Oh, it was upright here too. Okay. We have here Justice, also upright. Somebody was calling for justice. 5 of Cups reversed. We had that earlier as well. Yeah, we had the exact same thing down here, except this time it was upright, and now it's in reverse. So once again, not allowed to let go of the loss. Or he was unable or unwilling to let go, perhaps did not want to let that go. We have here again the King of Swords. King of Swords is here as well. A lot of double cards always show up in my readings, just to reiterate the involvement, I guess, of these people. Like somebody who really holds a lot of sway, also because they're now right across from each other, has been orchestrating this. He's also on the Three of Swords, so I'm guessing this is the person who is the sweetheart, quote unquote, or at least the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend of that woman, whoever that may have been. And a lot of people were at that party, so I can't imagine that nobody would know. Something like that would come up. But I'm guessing that this Empress reversed, or Emperor reversed, and this King of Swords, probably the same person as well, is good at keeping people under control. So what else can we see? 3 more, or 4. Okay. This is the 6 of Pentacles. Alright, that's usually like a charity thing, and in this case I could totally imagine this person handing out aid or some other type of deals with people to keep them quiet. And over here you have the Pentacles, Page of Pentacles in reverse. I guess that's also leading to some financial losses. That's the financial loss that we got over here as well. Page is usually more of a youthful energy, and I'm guessing he's like trying his best to pay people off, buy their silence or something. Chariot is reversed, so they're unable to move forward, which I guess you would if you were like, I don't know, had something like that on your conscience. And we have here the Page of Wands, because we hadn't had enough wands yet in this reading. So that's also a very head over heels type of action. So they're not super smart if I look at this. They're kind of panicking. That's what I'm seeing. There's a lot of cover it up. They do have a lot of sway over the group. At least that was there at that point. But they're trying very hard to keep people quiet by giving them financial incentives. But they're unable to let it go at all. And there's still the heartbreak involved. So this is somebody who's very emotionally involved as well, because we had quite a few cups as well. A couple of double cups as well. Cups are, of course, about the emotions. Oops, excuse me there, candle holder. Now, let's see if we can get maybe one more card or a couple more cards to maybe explain how it was that it took a while for his body to show up at the creek. Or at least how it took so long to discover the body, because it may have been there all along. Although I believe the stuff that they found on him, like he still had his like cards and pieces of paper, certain things, they were not waterlogged, so he was not in the water, at least for most of that time. This is a lot of cards. We're not going to be able to use everything here. Let's see what we can get from this smaller stack. Oopsie. Those two. The Lovers. Yeah, okay. And we've got the Moon. Alright. So there's definitely a relationship at play here. Maybe... Oh, actually, these two cards combined make me wonder if this wasn't already a theme before the party ever was conceived. Oh, you can't really see the Lover's rail because of the shine in my card. I'll grab both of them. Here we go. The Lovers and the Moon. Moon, of course, is like hidden things. And now that these two come out together, I'm wondering, with this Three of Swords here, if this, maybe there was an affair involved. And that's why he's unable to let it go. If it had just been a random person showing up at the party whom we'd never seen before, and I don't know, he just decided to hang out with them, he may have been like, oh, just get out of here, you know. But this combination of cards right here makes me wonder if she hadn't already been communicating with him beforehand. Maybe they'd already met somewhere else, and they had been hanging out in secret, maybe texting each other. I don't know. We also don't really know who came up with the idea to go to that party, which was an hour down the road where they had normally never gone. So maybe there was already something there. The reason why they went there was not just because of some random party being held, they were trying to meet up, maybe? Because I do remember in the Netflix documentary that I saw was that he was usually a quiet guy, but that particular evening he was very jovial, like in high spirits. Normally he wouldn't be that, I guess, happy, outspoken at other events, so that was unusual. They kind of appreciated that, his friends, like, oh, he's having a good time, that's great. But there may have been another reason, like maybe he had plans for showing up there. Just thinking, that's maybe a little odd, I don't know. And maybe the issue that he had with some of the guys that were there were also motivated by this. Maybe people there already knew why he was there. I don't know, a lot of maybes in this. But okay, so that's very interesting. And I think we're going to call it here because we've got quite a lot here on the table. A lot of food for thought. But interesting reading, at least I think it is. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I always like to have some feedback. Also make sure to give this a thumbs up if you could, because that pushes this video and the recommended of people who might also like to watch it. Either way, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye bye for now.